My name is Alma Hopkins, and today we're going to discuss an article on inference instruction to support reading comprehension for elementary students with learning disabilities. The authors are Dr. Colby and Dr. Marcia A. Barnes. Inferences when reading is a critical component of reading comprehension, and one that many students with learning disabilities find particularly challenging. This article takes what is currently known about building reading comprehension skills in older elementary school students and provides a 5-step process for teaching these skills to children with learning disabilities. Providing students with learning disabilities the tools to successfully comprehend a variety of text types will better prepare students for the rigors of middle school academics. When teaching inferencing, most teachers will ask students to predict what will happen based on clues in the text. However, the authors suggest research demonstrates that students who comprehend well do not usually make predictive inferences, and when they do, it's only because there are ample context clues pointing towards a specific prediction. The authors go on to explain that there are 3 ways to support students in understanding inferences. These include anaphor resolution, which requires students to connect a noun or noun phrases with the word or phrase to which it refers. This is best done when chunking relatively small sections of text. Lexical inferences require the reader to make connections between the word in the text and their prior knowledge. Although proficient readers may generate lexical inferences effortlessly, students with LD often require explicit instruction in generating inferences of this type. And finally, inferring word meaning. Readers must make text connecting inferences to determine word meaning from context. Text often contains words that are not part of the student's oral language vocabulary. Word meanings need to be inferred from context. This is usually done by looking just before and after the unknown word to look for hints to its meaning. The authors provide a specific 5-step technique to address teaching inferencing skills, which includes examples and sample lesson plans. The current 3rd grade class has a large population of English language learners, as well as a large population of students with a variety of learning disabilities. Inferencing is one of their areas of greatest need. They have a great deal of trouble with comprehension and specifically inferencing. They also struggle with vocabulary. Dr. Hall and Dr. Barnes have provided me with an invaluable tool to assist my struggling readers. My only concern is the time element involved in using his techniques. It's similar to close reading, but involves a great deal more discussion time. My students need this more than anything else because they have poor vocabulary skills, but the school day and the demands of the pacing guide make it hard to give them the time they so desperately need. For practice. The steps are fairly easy to implement and begin by selecting a text. The next step is to pre-mark the text with stopping points using sticky notes. These points are at the end of sentences where you can prompt the reader to identify clues or keywords in the text and use these keywords to furnish answers to inferential questions, activate background knowledge, and interweave the knowledge into information in the text during reading, and generate or ask inferential questions as a way of identifying gaps in text, confirming tentative inferences, and/or improving the automaticity of inference generation. The third step occurs on the first day of instruction when you explain to your students the concept of inferencing and explain how to use the stopping points to look for answers to the prepared questions. At this point, you would show your students how to consider answer options, discuss, debate, and find evidence to support given answers, and finally, reach consensus and scratch off an answer on a scratch-off answer sheet. Step 4 involves preparing activities to build background knowledge, whether they be video presentations or introducing multiple texts on related subjects. Students need exposure to build understanding. Teachers will need to model how to make these text-to-life connections and support students in doing so. And the fifth and final step refers to all future inferencing lessons, where the teacher will provide explicit instruction in generating specific types of text connecting and knowledge-based inferences, name the kind of inference that is the focus of the instruction, because this provides the students with declarative knowledge. Explain in step-by-step fashion how to make this kind of inference. This provides the students with procedural knowledge. Describe when it makes sense to make this kind of inference. This provides the student with conditional knowledge. Model making this type of inference while reading a section of the text by reading aloud. Provide opportunities for guided practice combined with teacher corrective feedback. Feedback should include teacher explanation and thinking aloud that models accurate inference making rather than only an assessment of right or wrong. Students should also receive opportunities to think aloud themselves, articulating why and how they made an inference, and why and how they made a correction to their inference process. I hope you found this presentation helpful. Thank you for your time, and I pray that you have a very blessed